Hi, today I want to talk to you about a book that I am currently reading because a lot of us now that the coronavirus scare is upon us, we're working from home and we're telecommunicating. So, telecommuting, telecommuting. One of those words again, telecommuting. So the coronavirus scare is upon us, and we have a lot of time on our hands because a lot of us are at home. So I've been reading this book called If You're Not First, You're Last. And this book is actually written by Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, I went to one of his GrowthCon. It's called the 10X GrowthCon in Florida a couple years ago, and it was a great experience. I would recommend any business owner, and definitely your team. You should bring your team with you to attend one of those 10X GrowthCons. It's an awesome, awesome team building exercise to attend one of those, which I did go as a business owner, and I did bring a staff member with me. So, this book that I'm reading, I'm just catching up on some reading that I've been wanting to do. But based on the fact that I am a grant writer, I tend to be reading more grant announcements and grant applications and rereading grant announcement and rereading grant applications, and sometimes not having the time to get around to reading a really great book like this. So, the author in this book, Grant Cardone, he was talking about reasons why people don't really read or get around to finish reading a book. And I actually found that one of the reasons that he was talking about, um, I'm guilty of, and I wanted to share that reason with you. So, in his book, If You're Not First, You're Last, which actually coincidentally is really, really great for a grant writer to read this because when you're first, you win the grant. And if you're not winning the grant, you're really last. So, that's a really good title. It caught my attention immediately, knowing that I'm a grant writer. And as a grant writer, one of the most important objectives that you have is to actually win the grant award. So the title of this book was extremely catching for me, attention grabbing. So, one of the things that he was saying why people don't finish reading books is because they put the value of the book in the cost that they paid for the book. So if you're buying a book 14.99, 15.99, 19.99, 29.99, a lot of times people think, well, the book values what they paid for it. They don't really realize that the book values much, much more than they paid for it. The book has millions and millions of dollars worth of information within the pages because a lot of times the author is putting information that they have accumulated over the course of their career, over the course of multiple years, and they have condensed all of that valuable information into the pages of these books. So this book is actually 201 pages long. And so someone should go through the pages and they're looking for a nugget, a piece of information that will be worth millions and millions of dollars. They may find a multi-million-dollar idea within a 50-page book, a 100-page book that they can easily read in about 3 to 4 days. Just commit a couple hours per day to reading that book, and voila, they may find a multi-million-dollar idea. So, you definitely want to Now that you're probably at home, you have a lot of time at home because you are taking it upon yourself to self quarantine yourself just to be safe. Now you have all that time. Pick up a book because you may find a multi-million-dollar idea in a secondhand book, probably a free book given to you by a friend or a colleague. Maybe you pick it up at the bookstore for $7.99, $8.99. But within those pages, the author was able to communicate a multi-million-dollar idea to you. So, as it is with grant writing, you pick up a grant announcement, and within those pages is a multi-million-dollar grant for you to win. Because you have read the grant announcement, you understand what the funding agency is trying to communicate to you. The funding agency focus area is aligned with your focus area. So you are able to create a grant application package that's a winning grant application. And so there you go. You have a multi-million-dollar grant. So definitely pick up a book today and read because within the pages, the author was able to communicate to you a multi million dollar idea. If you're curious about actually this entire book, pick it up and read it. If you're not first, you're last. So, by Grant Cardone. So, if you, he gave some great tips about how to be first in your industry, how to be a winning person, winning personality, just great advice. So, I highly recommend, if not this book, any other that you find fitting, because remember, you may find a multi-million-dollar idea within the pages of that book.